What are you most looking forward to going to the SEC tournament?
Just a chance to watch our guys play. I mean, I love watching us play. I love how we compete. And then to do it on a newer, bigger stage, I think is going to be a lot of fun.
Mark, how's your pitching rotation set?
It'll be Majinski on game 1 and then TBA from there.
Do you know when you might be able to go with your weekend guys? Is that Wednesday?
We're going to evaluate as we go and see how they feel. Now obviously, we want to play really well in this tournament, but we also have the NCAA tournament to think about as well. So we'll factor in everything as we go.
With what the other tournament, Mark, you guys pretty assured that you're in, but you also want to play well this weekend?
Yeah, you want to play well. You want to play good for seedings. But at the end of the day, I think we've done enough at this point to know that we're in the NCAA tournament from just about every metric you can look at. So at the end of the day, this program's about playing really well in the NCAA tournament. So we want to make sure we're in a really good position to do that.
Was Majinski the right choice?
At this point, he's been the midweek starter, and he's had some ups and downs, obviously. So we need to have him to have an up this weekend, this week, and we'll also evaluate though if we need to get the bullpen in there quickly, we'll do that. So at this point, it makes the most sense for him to throw, just because he's been doing it, he has some experience, and I think this will be a really good experience for him in his development as well.
Is there an advantage to playing Missouri so close to after the season?
No, I don't think so. I mean, they know us, we know them. I think that's even. So it's just a matter of knowing. They threw pretty much nothing but lefties against us the first time. So not sure, we haven't heard yet who they're going to pitch, but I would assume based on how they pitched against us last time, good chance we'll get another lefty. So once again, there's a lot of familiarity, so I don't think it gives either team the advantage.
Mark, some teams don't take this tournament very seriously. They choose to protect their players and prepare for the NCAA tournament. How do you approach it?
Well, once again, I think at the end game here is we want to win the College World Series. So every decision you make from this point, if you know you're going to be in the NCAA tournament, you have to have some of that in mind. That being said, we want to win every game we play. So the next game we play is against Missouri on Tuesday, and we're going to try to win that game. Period.
How are Ridge and TJ?
TJ's day-to-day. Ridge is pretty much day-to-day as well. We'll continue to evaluate them, but we're not going to put them in harm's way, especially at this point. So just keep our fingers crossed that they'll be available, because they're both very important players.
You have those guys traveling?
Yes.
Do you have any experience with the Hoovermen?
I played there, believe it or not, a long time ago. I played there as a member of the Orlando Cubs against the Birmingham Barons. That's the last time I was there.
Impressions?
Great. I mean, obviously we all know it's a very big ballpark. The crowds, I would imagine, are going to be much bigger for this tournament than when we were playing there AA baseball. So just really excited to get out there.
Was Jordan on that team?
No, believe it, that was 1 year before Jordan. Actually, no, I'm sorry. It was 1 year after Jordan. So missed him by very little bit.
What did you see from your weekend rotation with them and Cody about trying to get back as quickly as possible? Have you seen them taking any extra workouts, throwing extra bullpens, or any extra things this weekend?
No, I mean, you don't throw more bullpens on short rest. Right. You actually throw a little bit less. At this point, it's just a matter of staying in good condition, being in the training room, doing everything you need to do from a prehab standpoint. But once again, at this point, we'll make sure they feel up to it, to make sure that if we're going to use them on shorter rest, that it makes sense. The good thing is if you use them on shorter rest on the front side, they'll have more rest from the back side for the NCAA tournament.
What have you learned about your team over the last 5 SEC series to go through a stretch like this after the loss to Presbyterian? Says a lot about the makeup, I would think.
Well, I learned that we did have a good team here, that we just had to figure out how to get it out of them. We had to teach them how to fight through adversity. We had to teach them that if you get knocked down, you can get back up and keep fighting. To me, it showed that it was in there, and we just had to try to bring it out some way, somehow. So really proud of this team and how they've responded. But as we've said now the fun really starts, so we want to continue this momentum.
Coach, how do you manage time with the players, especially day one, since the game might be not starting until 10 o'clock at night? At the same time, try to make a deep run, obviously not knowing what the future could hold.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of secrets. I mean, you're at the hotel for a great majority of the day. Some guys may want to go out and watch some games, but you can't be out in the sun too much because it will be hot, and you don't want that to take its toll over the course of the week. I would imagine a lot of them will be watching the games on TV or on their computers, but there will be a lot of dead time. It's just part of the deal.
There's a report out there that Cody Morris's father had a cancer mass removed. Just to see Cody being able to handle such a tough family moment and pitch the way he has, what have you learned about him, and what have you told him during this difficult time? As anytime you hear the word cancer, it can be tough, especially on a young person.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's something we want to keep in house at this point. So Cody has a big heart, and he's really competing hard for us at this point.
Coach, as well as you guys have played in winning 2 out of 3 in these series, what do you then do to tell the team as a win-or-go-home situation as you play with one game on the line? What's the strategy in that moment?
No different. We've played every game this year as if our goal was to go 1-0 on that day. So we won't do anything different. We'll play the game the right way. We'll play hard. We'll play smart. We'll play with discipline. And at the end of the day, it's who plays better baseball. So it's just one game at a time. I know that's coach speak, but that's what it is. You play to win today's game. You do what's necessary. And then when that game's over, you focus on the next one.
When you go 11-4 over the last half of the SEC schedule, do you feel like you're as good as anybody in the country right now?
Well, I think we're playing really well. No question about it. I think when you do that in this league, it shows that you are to be respected and you're to be taken seriously. So until we win the last game of the year, I'm not going to say we're the best team in America, but I think we're trending in a very good direction.
Is LT feeling better?
Yeah, LT will be fine. LT will be fine this week.
How tough is Madison Stokes? I heard he dislocated his jaw on the plane, and then he goes out and bops 2 home runs in college.
I mean, that's an injury I've never seen before, having a guy get hurt on the plane. But luckily, we had a doctor that was able to get it back in once we got to Texas, and he had one of his best weekends of the year, probably his best SEC weekend. So, sometimes when you have to deal with stuff, you find out a lot about yourself, and he played really well.
How did that injury?
It was one of those fluke injuries. He was drinking some water on the plane as we were taking off, and it just locked up on him. So, it's been that kind of year for us. But I just think it makes our story that much more entertaining.
So does he get a straw?
Potentially.
The mood of this group hopping on the bus today?
It's a loose, confident group, and that's where we want them. We want them to be loose, we want them to be focused, and we want them to be confident. So I think we have all those traits right now.
Coach, what's the schedule for today once you guys arrive there?
We'll check into the hotel and then we'll practice around 5:30ish. I think we'll head over to the ballpark. You're allowed 1 hour workout, so we'll do some defensive work first because that's that has to be the foundation of a winning streak, and then we'll hit for about 40 minutes after that.
Pitch machine making the trip?
Yes, it better be.